Okay, so tonight I'm going to make a red wine hot chocolate that my good friend Karen from Karen Wines a Lot, Traveling Vineyard. I've bought some wine from her, and she challenged me to try this, so I'm going to give it a shot. This is, what I already have in here is a half cup of milk and a half cup of half and half, and that's been warming on my double boiler. And I'll show you, I don't have a double boiler, so I just took a pan and filled it up with enough water to touch the bottom of the bowl. Set the bowl in the top, and it's been heating that milk now for just a little bit till that milk starts getting a little steamy. It calls for 2/3 cup semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm not going to put the entire amount in because I don't tolerate sweets real well, so I'm going to go a little bit light on the chocolate. And then we also need 2/3 cup of, called for a dry red wine. However, I'm going to give it a try with this wine called Scusami. This is a Traveling Vineyard wine that I bought. It's very, very sweet. It's a dessert, almost like a dessert wine. So the recipe calls for adding sugar, so I thought if I use the sweet wine, I wouldn't need to add any extra sugar either. So, and it's what I have. So it is a red wine though, so I'm going to put 2/3 cup red wine. And I don't mind having all the wine. I'm good with that. And I'm gonna mix that a little bit. Now the claim is that you can't really taste the wine once you get it all done. It just tastes like a really decadent hot chocolate. It says a pinch of salt, so I'm gonna go with just a half a twist there on the grinder. And then we want to just stir as you see the chocolate's melting. You want to stir until you see no more bits of chocolate and that gets nice and hot. Once it's nice and heated and the chocolate's completely melted, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and put it in our cup and give it a try here. Now this may take a few minutes. You can't really burn it in a double boiler. It's pretty much impossible. You do want to get it plenty hot enough that the chocolate all melts completely, and also it's hot enough to be, you'd consider it hot chocolate. I made this recipe a few minutes ago for my grandson minus the wine, and we took it off the double. The chocolate was melted, but when I put it in his cup, it was just sort of lukewarm. And it was still delicious, but it wasn't really reminiscent of hot chocolate. We didn't make it hot enough. There's his. And so we put it back in the bowl and stuck it on the double boiler for a few more minutes and let it get nice and heated. And it was really good. He says it's very decadent, very rich. I have a feeling like this one will be too, even though I didn't add the extra sugar and I didn't use all the chocolate. I think it's probably still, with the addition of the really sweet wine, going to be plenty sweet and tasty. It smells like chocolate grapes. Yeah. The boy kind of agrees. So I'm not sure if I'm loving that smell or not. But again, I have been so surprised going to different wine tastings and things at the pairings, things that I don't normally like when you put them together with a particular wine that's made for those flavors. It really just clicks. So I'm hoping that maybe this will be a good combination as well. It's kind of been all over the internet if you haven't seen it. This has been a new thing. This is the latest hot chocolate craze, I guess. It's a little bit like a Mexican hot chocolate maybe, except made with wine. All right, I think we are warm enough. I'm going to turn my heat off. I'm going to transfer to our lovely literary cup. It was a gift to my husband from his friend, but I stole it. That's what wives do. And that is a giant cup of hot chocolate. So, now the true test. Here we go. Oh wow, internet. It's pretty darn good.